Hi.
Hi.
Why did you do
Why are you yelling at me?
Hi. Hi.
Oh, hey.
Why did you turn your...
Oh, why are we yelling?
Alright, it's my...
If y'all don't get this confused individual off my freaking timeline, I'm gonna lose my shit.
What are some gender-neutral names for parents? Oh. Oh.
Fuck you trying to cause an earthquake?
So
This person is 26 years old.
it's like blah. It's like blah. Cause like nobody wants to be straight.
Yep.
Why do I call myself gay if my pronouns are he, they?
Where can I find the will to live?
I'm glad you...
I had enough.
Karma's a bitch.
Fight against dysphoria when I get my period. I'll typically wear a pair of my boxers over my pads and underwear. I really don't like tampons and I've only ever used pads my whole life.
A little bit of TMI, but okay.
So, pads, underwear, and boxers are usually the way I roll.
Yeah, that's a lot to wear, I have to admit. That would get very annoying very quickly.
And when I discovered that wearing my boxers over my underwear and pads helps me fight my dysphoria, and I shared it with all of you, y'all were like, "Oh, you have to try period box."
I will say, so far, they are talking about having dysphoria, and to me, in order to be trans, you should have gender dysphoria. That's what it is. It's having gender dysphoria and wanting to be the opposite gender. So far, I don't know what everyone's problem is with this person. I guess we're gonna figure it out.
Boxers are right there! And so I finally got myself a pair and tried them out and can fully say they are a game changer.
Awesome.
I got this pair of period boxers from NYX, and the only two bad things I have noticed from trying period boxers is one, the look of them isn't that great. Like, they're just plain black, nothing special, but you can tell that there are pads sewn into them. And the only other major flaw that I have kind of dealt with these is they literally feel like you're wearing a bathing suit. I've literally started calling these my bathing suit boxers because that's what they feel like. I definitely want to try other brands out there to see if there's better feeling period boxers that don't feel like a bathing suit. But one pair supposedly holds the equivalent of like 10 tampons. And you're able to wash these just like normal underwear, which is cool. And I literally don't have to worry about changing a pad or bleeding through a pad or chafing my...
Damn, I might get myself a pair of these and I don't even have gender dysphoria.
Clarify. It's okay if you like Harry Potter and if you're a part of the fandom.
Okay.
I literally never said that it wasn't okay to be a part of the fandom or to like Harry Potter in general.
Oh, is this because of who wrote Harry Potter? J.K. Rowling is a TERF, which is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. So she's a radical feminist, but is anti-trans. So yeah, I could see why this person would have a problem with them. I also do not like them for that.
What bothers me and rubs me the wrong way is when people actively give their money and support a transphobic creator.
Okay, so then you did say there was something wrong with supporting Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling. What do you mean?
There's hundreds of queer people out there that make Harry Potter merch. So go buy from there.
I don't think you're allowed to make merch of. Could I just make like Disney merch and start selling it? I'm gonna be fucking loaded.
Stores and support them and their journeys. You want to read the books? Dude, that's amazing you want to read. Like legit, that is amazing you want to read.
Thank you. I read often.
Go to your local used bookstore. You want to watch the movies? Awesome. Go to your local thrift store and find the movies on DVDs so you can watch them and keep them and have them forever. Don't stream them and give your money to a transphobe. You want to play the game even though it's anti-Semitic?
Wait, what? How is the game anti-Semitic, but then Harry Potter is? If the game is, then Harry Potter is. So you gotta make up your mind.
Fine, become a pirate then. Go to yard sales and buy from people
I think I'm starting to pick up on what the issue is here.
who probably really need the money. Choose to support your communities. When you support and give back to your community's gonna thrive. People that could really use your support and money are gonna be grateful for your business. Not some lady that doesn't know who you exist and is already a billionaire. And before y'all say, but Mom, she already makes millions of dollars, so it's not gonna make a difference if I give $10 to stream the movie.
Okay, I think I understand why this person's annoying now. It took a few videos, but here we are.
I have an announcement! On June 10th, 2023,
Okay, seriously, why are you screaming at us?
we're having our virtual Pride Night right here on TikTok, baby! Woo! Like last year's party, there'll be plenty of games that y'all can play right from your bed. This year's party's gonna be a little bit different. Y'all are just gonna have to wait and see. But I promise, it will be fruity, baby. Yes, sir! Woo!
Alright, so he's a little much, I see.
If you're in the LGBTQ community, stop whatever you're doing and do at this video. I'm trying to see something.
Okay, I am a part of the LGBTQ community, I am a bisexual, so what you got for me?
How old were you when you first heard the word gay?
Ooh, well, see, I grew up in the late 80s and the 90s, so it was actually just used to describe something that no one liked. So I was probably early public school when that began, and I wouldn't have realized that it actually talked about his sexuality until I was probably around 8 or 9.
That's cool.
Thanks. I think
I
so.
was 10.
Awesome.
How old were you when you first learned what being gay really meant?
Yeah, I was probably about 9 years old when I knew what that really meant.
That's cool. I
Thanks.
was 12. Hey. And lastly,
Whoa, why, were you trying to kiss me there? What was going on?
how old were you, yes you, when you realized you weren't straight?
That's a hard one. You see, I went through several years in my childhood where I thought I was gay and then I would think I was straight because I didn't know bisexuality was a thing until I was about 12 or 13. And I had my first crush on a girl when I was about 8. So in between the ages of about 8 and 13, I was real confused. I was like, am I a lesbian? Am I straight? I have a crush on a girl right now. Then I had a crush on a guy, and I was like, what does this all mean? And then I found out around age 12 or 13 that you could like both. I didn't have to pick. So that answers that question.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Hey, I don't know what you said, but like, hey, because I can't hear you. But like, hey, I love, respect you.
Well, thanks. You just fucking fucked up my whole day with that. What you asking me for then? FUZZZ99, or Mole, is a TikToker who gained notoriety on all social media platforms around October of 2022. They are also known as Overly Gay TikTok Person, and they make videos vlogging their life as a trans female to male for the LGBTQ+ community. Fuzz uses they, them, he pronouns, and I'm going to try my best to respect that throughout the video. They record these vlogging videos in an exaggerated manner, and due to the way they stomped their foot and said, "I'm glad you asked," they garnered a lot of attention from haters. They uploaded their first video on January 26th of 2020, and it was what some would describe as a thirst trap.
I'm a flirt. Soon as I see you walk up in the club, I'm a flirt.
Okay, but their videos did not go viral until later that year on July 7th.
If you're in the LGBTQ community, stop whatever you're doing and duet this video. I'm trying to see something. How old were you when you first heard the word gay?
This video gained over 342,000 views and 129,000 likes on TikTok. However, FUZZZ99 and her fuzzballs, which is what they call their community members, would not be noticed on the platform until much later. You see, the haters came in droves and told Fuzz to stop being so exaggerated, act their age, and people began to stitch reactions to their videos. That's what you call a collab on TikTok. Yeah, we need to start our whole humanity over.
If y'all don't get this confused individual off my freaking timeline, I'm gonna lose my shit.
What are some gender neutral names for parents? Oh. Oh.
Fuck you trying to cause an earthquake?
So first off, every parent and every family is different from one another. So give yourself some time to figure
Yo,
out
why did you? I don't know how to explain it. He does that typical like
But here's some names that
YT like movements, bro.
You could go by your old surname or go by your first name. You can look into your heritage and see what they
Oh, this
call
guy
mom,
should.
dad, and
He
parents.
definitely makes
Go by
PowerPoints.
that name.
Fuck with these
You
PowerPoints.
could go by guardian, which I kind of like the idea of being like a guardian angel to someone. You could go by Zaza, hey. Or you could go by
Where's it?
Zara,
Hey.
hey.
Ah, look.
Or Mappa, hey.
Oh my.
Or literally anything
Again,
that makes
oh.
you feel most comfy.
Hey.
This person is 26 years old.
And the faces and the cringe that I feel sometimes, I get that that they're catering to an audience that's not me. Unfortunately, people have really latched on to attacking them, and the hate that see, I make mistakes with pronouns too, that they have received, it's not right.
Well... Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh no. Oh, her community hates her. Or him. His community hates him. I don't fucking know. I'm not a liberal. Leave me alone.
Your pronouns don't equal your gender!
I can say that louder for y'all in the back if you want me to, too.
So on August 23rd, 2022, Fuzz posted a response to a troll comment inquiring if they knew how to brush their teeth.
I don't know why so many of you want to see me brush my teeth on here, but hey, give the people what they want. Whoa! My toothbrush versus my brother's toothbrush. Like, if your bristles look like that, I feel like you're brushing your teeth too hard. Alright, so first I'm gonna wet it. Boom, boom. Skirt. Now the real secret is, you gotta wet it one more time. Woo! Corn! Open up. It has the juice. It has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Okay.
Hey, baby, look at me see this teeth. Woo!
What was that? This video accumulated over 2.5 million views and 38,000 likes within 2 months. Fuzz continued to make these exaggerated videos explaining what life was like being trans and a part of the LGBTQ+ community. Fuzz seemed like a happy person who just wanted to vlog their life struggles and give advice to others in their community. However, eventually the hate began to get to them, as I found this video where they claim they had a mental breakdown due to it all.
I normally don't make these types of videos, but I am at my wit's end. If you were a nice person or one of my fuzzballs, it would mean the world if you could comment something positive right now. Because I mentally cannot handle TikTok anymore. I have a lot going on in my life right now, and I physically and mentally cannot handle the hate on top of all the other things that I'm going through. I literally had a mental breakdown this weekend, and I physically cannot cry anymore because I cried for 3 or 4 days straight. And I had videos that I wanted to post and that I was going to post, but I didn't have the strength to do so. I make and post videos for fun. My content on here is for the LGBTQ community, not straight cis people, unless they're an ally. My dream since I was a little kid has been to make people smile and laugh all around the world with the things that I create. And yes, I know that I can be loud. I know I like to act like a cartoon character. And I know that I am 26 years old. And that's okay, because that's who I am. Like, who would want to watch someone who's boring and quiet and just hates on people all day? Nobody wants to hear about hate. And nobody deserves hate either. So, starting now, if you say something hateful in my comments, you are now blocked from seeing my content.
I think that's fair. On September 6th of 2022, FUZZZ shared a video in which they commented on locking comments to all their videos. It accumulated over 14 million views and 195,000 likes in 1 month.
Hi.
Why did you turn your comments off?
Well... glad you asked. So, first, I would like to say that, no! It is not because I got too much hate and couldn't handle it.
Okay.
I promise, I am okay. But I do appreciate all of the people that sent me kind words and lovely DMs, because it means more to me than y'all will ever know. And I truly love y'all, like, so much, like, for real. But I turned comments off because there's a bigger plan already in motion, baby, that only I know about. So stay tuned, baby.
I really wish you'd stop calling me baby. I ain't your baby. In mid-October 2022, the account became viral as users created stitches with FUZZ's videos, parodying them and criticizing or mocking them. Now FUZZZ was viral and wanted to use their platform for good old advocacy for the LGBTQ+ people. Because of FUZZZ becoming viral, now their haters were also making viral posts. For example, on October 17th of 2022, Twitter user, Scribbles I think it is, posted an image of FUZZZ writing, "This is top 2 worst TikTok accounts and it ain't number 2. The tweet gained over 3,700 retweets and over 77,000 likes within 4 days. Due to all the attention, people began to realize that FUZZZ was a supply teacher at the high school they had attended. People also realized they were a camp counselor, and before long, people found out that the students and campers might be watching their videos. This is when all the real issues began.
Cannot mentally or physically handle the hate anymore. I don't deserve it. My fuzzballs don't deserve it. My campers and high school students who follow me on here don't deserve to.
You have campers and high school students follow you? Oh Lord, now I understand what the problem is. Alright, let's talk.
You know how this means gay? Well, so I was talking to a bunch of the gay kids at school today, and they were like, oh, if this means gay, then this means straight. And if this means gay, and this means straight, then this means a kind of little bit of both. And yeah, I just really needed to share that. First there has summer camp! I am ready to start my new position, and I am ready awake. Yeah! Halfway through camp, my brain feels like mush. Last day camp! It honestly hasn't hit me yet, but I know I'm gonna be sad later, so I hate goodbyes. But I am really happy to sleep again. Whew. I am excited to sleep. One, I have never once said that my content is for kids or that my—
So a couple things. If that's true, that's not good either. Because like criticism of her videos, and yes, I'm very confident that's a woman, have come in two forms. And that is, this seems to be grooming, and this is really annoying and childish. And they're very connected because it's annoying to adults if it's targeted at children, which then there's a lot of evidence of grooming. If it's not targeted at children, it's just annoying. Like, what are you doing? And I think that's a way bigger problem, that there are adults, there are 26-year-olds that act like that, and that there are others that she's trying to appeal to. That's a problem. There's a level of maturity that needs to be shown, and that's unintentionally shown by most adults just because they are old enough and wise enough to not act like children. And you can make videos for children, that's fine. Just don't make videos for children about sex. That's really it. So my point is, don't defend your videos that are for children by saying they're not for children, when that actually just makes you look like a very immature adult. Just make your content not bad.
I always love when people try to insult me by calling me a cartoon.
I'll be honest with you. Homie's 26, right? It's kind of fucking weird that they've guided their whole account around garnering an audience of, disenfranchised queer children, usually neurodivergent children, is that from a lot of the content that they make. That's fucking weird. That's actually straight fucking weird. Like, he works at a camp with access to children, makes content geared towards garnering an audience of children. And I don't mean like a Mr. Rogers, like positive influence kind, like some borderline grooming type shit. I'm just saying, the dots are there. It can be connected pretty easily. It's worth a look, at least. It's kind of fucked up. I hope it's not. I hope that's not the case, but...
Apart from being known as the most annoying person on the whole TikTok app, maybe even the entire internet or in the whole world, yes, they're annoying, I think so too. The word groomer began getting thrown around in videos that covered fuzz and stitches that were done with them on TikTok. I think before we go any further, we need to define what a groomer is, as it is what we will be discussing in this portion of the video, and therefore, we need to decide on a definition. So, grooming is the practice of brushing and cleaning the coat of a horse, dog, or other animal, but that won't be the one we're talking about today. It also means the practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity. Or it means the action of attempting to form a relationship with a child or young person with the intention of sexually assaulting them or inducing them to commit an illegal act such as selling drugs or joining a terrorist organization. When people are discussing fuzz, they are referring to the latter definition. People claim that due to fuzz's over-exaggerated expressions in their videos, their content is geared towards children. People claim this is a problem due to the fact that fuzz talks about some adult-like topics on their channel. So in order to solve this mystery, I took to Reddit, where I always go to check things out, to see what people there had been saying, and it was Well, it wasn't good. Under the LGBTQ area, it says, "Can someone tell me why people are accusing him of grooming? None of his videos come off as creepy or grooming to me. He's annoying with very Steven Universe Disney adult energy, but the accusations seem very off-based and based in a lot of queer-phobic rhetoric, like calling queer people groomers. I literally found the account that the first viral video calling him a groomer came from, and his account is literally filled with a ton of alt-right content. Lots of people responded. They are literally following accounts of clearly children on their TikTok, and their best friend is still in high school. Either they lack maturity and self-awareness, or there is something messed up going on. Their best friend is actually their cousin. My abuser was my cousin. I get the same vibes from this dude. This person is insufferable, but you can't even be friends with your younger cousins now? Y'all are wild. I just recently discovered this person existed, and I immediately felt that weird vibe. There's definitely a lack of maturity, and this person duetting them is 1000% correct. Their content is giving I want to be surrounded with young, impressionable gay kids, and to be honest, they are the worst person to look to. They say the dumbest, uninformed, made up, over-exaggerated shit, and are the epitome of the stereotypical rude gay that nobody wants to put up with. It's very frustrating as a fellow gay to be represented this way. I saw a comment that said their best friend is still in high school. I checked their Instagram myself, and it is true. Can't imagine what a 26-year-old would have in common with someone in the graduating class of 2023. They've been friends for a while. I thought they were siblings. Someone said they were cousins, but it is still weird. People are saying it because of the way he acts. It is very reminiscent of the way that convicted child predators have acted. Mole acts the same way that predators have advised others to act. These predators have written and published manuals on how to be a groomer. No one is saying that he is a groomer because he is trans. They are saying it because he does everything in his power to surround himself with very young children, gain their trust, and then force them to have private, unmonitored conversations with him. He cannot claim that he did not know that kids were finding his videos, because summer 2021 he posted videos of his 10 to 11-year-old campers and a video saying that he was so excited and happy that the campers were finally finding his vids. Keep in mind, he had made 2 vids about being a mass witch bottom, asking if anyone would date him during this time. The children in the video likely didn't have social media consents, and I'm sure their parents did not know of the sexual content of Maul's account. These are some of the very basic reasons that people said what they said about grooming. No, it's because he's trans. People are accusing them of grooming because their account seems to be directed at kids, and they've mixed in some adult videos in the past. I've also seen people say they kinda invite their audience to interact with them privately. You're right that all of this is being eaten up by people on the right, though. It's the same messaging that anything LGBT around kids is somehow predatory by default. So I don't know. I don't think he deserves the wild amount of hate that he's getting, to be honest. Is there proof of him inviting the audience to interact with him privately? I've heard people say the fact that he has hickeys is proof he's a groomer. Laughing out loud. I won't even say he's geared towards kids. I saw a video describing him as a Steven Universe mixed with BuzzFeed adult, and I feel that's pretty accurate. Laughing out loud. I just see a lot of people jumping right to groomer/predator and straight up bullying him. Like, yeah, he's annoying, but that's a big leap. This person broke it all down for us, and they probably have the best way to explain what's going on. They say, I'm not sure if they are intentionally aiming content towards kids, but their content is definitely more apt to be liked by young viewers. Obviously, since comments are turned off, I have no way of gauging who's actually watching, but I'd assume it's mainly kids for multiple reasons. Number 1, excessive stimuli. Videos are loud, high-pitched, frequent changing expressions with hands and face, large text, lots of emojis, etc. Adults, for the most part, find this excessive stimuli annoying, while children tend to find it comedic. This person's persona is most comparable to that of a character from cartoons like Steven Universe, Amazing World of Gumball, or SpongeBob, all of which are directed at children. Their high vocal tone tends to naturally match that of an adult talking to a child or dog. Number 2. Education content is generally intended for and primarily watched by children. This creator makes content explaining their perspectives on LGBTQ issues and does it in an explanatory and not overly complex manner. They have a video where they answer the question, what are some gender-neutral names you can call your parents? Obviously, there's nothing problematic with answering this, but I would be willing to bet money this question was asked by someone under the age of 15, due to that being the age where people are most trying to navigate parental relationships. I also don't think people in their 20s would ask a peer this, especially one like FUZZZ that only came out relatively recently and may not be viewed as an expert on everything LGBTQ for that reason. Advice channels just generally appeal to kids who are socially conditioned that they are at the age for learning. Number 3. Their topics of content seem to align with the thought processes of middle schoolers. They do advice or skits on crushes, kissing, gossip, parental relationships, etc. These are things that are primarily dealt with in childhood and not at age 26 and up. Not saying people that age can't relate to these topics, but they definitely would be more engaging topics for people in a middle school age range. Also, referring to their audience as little fuzzballs in a few videos gives me the impression that they know their audience may be on the younger side. After saying this, I'd like to point out that having a child audience does not make you a groomer. If this was the case, every single Minecraft YouTuber would be a groomer. But I'd say as a person who took classes in advertising and marketing, the content fits what seems to work with children. The one thing there, I'm glad you asked, catchphrase reminded me of was the Hog Rider Clash of Clans commercial, which seemed to be a commercial targeting bored students in the back of their high school math class. Once I left high school, I never saw anyone play that game again. Laughing out loud. TLDR. FUZZZ may not target videos towards children intentionally, but the videos likely appeal to children regardless. Appealing to children also doesn't immediately make you a groomer, but I can see why some people would have some questions. I think we can all see why people would have some questions. I have to agree with the last poster that broke that whole thing down for us. This content does appear to be appealing to young children or teenagers and not grown adults. I also agree that making content such as this doesn't automatically equate to being a groomer. I do think that we as a society have to be open to having these discussions about gender and sexual orientation with our own children, and I say this as a mom, to ensure our children get the proper information and are educated on these topics so they don't grow up and one day at the age of 15 write a comment to FUZZZ or another content creator and look to them for advice that I feel a parent should be giving. Not all parents are accepting of the LGBTQ plus community, and that is also a problem. I do have to wonder how many people are only hating on FUZZZ due to them being a trans person and a part of the alphabet people, as those on the right like to refer to us as. So before we make our final decisions about everything, let's take a look at the transphobia, homophobia, the most hateful of the haters, the alt-right and their use of FUZZZ to push their weird agendas.
There is no fucking gay agenda, there's actually a straight agenda.
Like, do you actually like men?
Or are you just choosing to like them?
Because I kind of feel like you should be with men if you like men. Not because you choose to be with them.
You wouldn't mind dating a masculine switch slash
Love your life, protection is working. Increase fluoride in the right
morning. I had a really bad incident with a hater and had to get the police involved.
I swear to God, like, this app has just rotted some of y'all's brains. Because that person is explaining that the harassment and bullying that they've been facing on this app for months has escalated to the point where people are threatening them in real life. And I made the mistake of looking for reactions to this to see if people were actually backing off, and instead people were like, "We won! The evil is defeated!" And it's just like, why can't people stop flexing about being a horrible person? Like, bullying isn't good. It's not cool that you bullied this person. It's not cool that you were a bully in high school. Like, people now are like, bullying is necessary to make neurodivergent people act normal. Which, first of all, people are allowed to act in a way that you personally find cringy. And second of all, if you actually cared about, like, helping neurodivergent people, you would be kind to them. You wouldn't relentlessly bully them. Because if you think people start acting normal after they've been bullied, that's not true. They're just traumatized to be who they really are.
So I'm just gonna flat out say that you cannot hate on this person, but be perfectly fine with this person. So this is FUZZZ99, also known as Maul. They've been all over my For You page, and it's literally only hate that I'm seeing. Like, really strong hate, and I have yet to see actual reasons for it. But the main hate I'm seeing is them being 26 and working with kids. And then, of course, the other ones of them just being loud and overwhelming, which is fair, but so is she. And like literally 80% of her followers and her audience are kids and literally manage a little girl dance group. So if I'm missing something, like, generally please tell me, because getting onto Maul for making like kid content and being overwhelming and loud and too much just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I generally feel like I am missing something, because not liking Maul but being perfectly okay with JoJo Siwa just generally does not make sense to me. Like, yes, they're 26, but JoJo Siwa is 19. Like, what are y'all gonna do when she grows up, you know? Her target audience isn't automatically gonna change. Like, it hasn't changed since she was a kid, you know? She's 19 now, but again, her majority of her audience is still kids. So, again, if I'm missing something, please tell me. But for right now, the hate that this person is getting just does not make sense, and it is very over the top, and I genuinely feel bad for them, because the stuff that people are saying are just flat out gross. Like, they're going as far as purposely using the wrong pronoun, threatening their existence, and just, you know, being flat out rude, you know? Like, it's just, a lot of it's really uncalled for. But until I know, like, the true, real reason for the hate, if there even is one, you cannot hate on this person, but be perfectly fine with this one.
Hi.
Police!
Why did you? What? Turn your comments off!
Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick.
Well...
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
I want to start this off by saying that it is not just the alt-right or those who lean to the right who are expressing concerns with fuzz and their content being geared towards kids. Now that I've said that, let's talk about those on the alt-right or who lean to the right and why they should just fuck off with this stuff. As stated on Reddit, whenever a creator who is trans or part of the LGBTQ+ community even appears that they could have something to do with children or making children's content, the cons use that as a way to claim there is a gay agenda, that we want to groom children to be a part of the LGBTQ+ community, and etc. This is not good. However, in many cases, when the right has brought up concerns, they ended up being correct. And there have been many people in the LGBTQ+ community who have ended up being groomers or predators. Who knew that gay people could suck too? Take a look at Riley Dennis there. Remember him? Her? It? Listen, that was a predator, so I don't feel bad. Just because people on the right are also calling out fuzz, it does not automatically erase all concerns about fuzz, in very much the same way that being a creator with a young following does not automatically equate to you being a predator. All of these things can exist at once. They do not have to all be exclusive of each other. You see, Fuzz can be an amazing person who can advocate well for the LGBTQ+ community, have content concerning to parents or that concern adults about reaching minors, and the alt-right can suck for using Fuzz as an example of the LGBTQ+ community or trans people being predatory or groomers. I do wish that the right would stop using sus people to push that there's a gay agenda. There's no gay agenda. You sound stupid when you talk about it. The LGBTQ plus people don't want to make everyone gay. Just stop. When those that lean to the right do this, it makes it easy for people to come out and advocate on the trans person's behalf and completely ignore all the signs that they're a groomer. So you aren't actually helping the situation when you do this. You're just fear-mongering and gassing up your psycho audience to hate trans people, and I just can't have that, okay? We all need to take a deep breath, take a step back, and handle this like mature adults. I mean, the whole point is that we are all mature adults, and Fuzz is a 26-year-old man-child, correct? So let's all act like it. Ad hominem attacks, misgendering Fuzz to be an asshole, or the likes is never appreciated. There are a million better ways to make content and bring up your concerns about Fuzz without being a transphobic, homophobic child. Please use those ways instead. Just throwing hate at someone doesn't help spread awareness about anything. So now that we've got all that bullshit out of the way, let's really talk about what is going on here and take a look at everyone's concerns equally and without all the hate speech.
Guessing your gender or sexuality based on your favorite Pokemon. Magic Gorp. Yeah, you're straight. Sorry. No, sorry. Squirtle. Gives me Neptunic, gender fluid, or masculine lesbian vibes.
God created her exactly how he intended to. We have free will, so she girl chose, to change because of her heart. The heart is deceitful now.
Okay, so first, I'm glad that you agree.
God, I don't know if he's real or not. I am still alive and have not died yet, so I could not tell you if he's real or not.
Created me to be exactly who I am.
He made me to be my happy, gay, queer, loving self.
That's what he wanted for me, because that's how he made me.
There are children starving in Africa and getting blown up in the Ukraine. Get over it, you snowflake.
And sure, kids starving and getting blown up is a horrible and sad thing. You should never compare what you were feeling and your feelings to anything or anyone in this world.
Exactly 2 years ago today, I decided that I would call y'all the
Breakdown this weekend, and I physically cannot cry anymore because I cried for 3 or 4 days straight. It's like blah, because like nobody wants to be straight.
And y'all wonder why there are people in this world who are homophobic. See, here's the thing. The agenda gets pushed so much that we see it all the time. So therefore, when you have somebody like me who does not support LGBTQ, the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, he's homophobic. Well, I'm not homophobic because I don't have a dislike or I'm not prejudiced against gay people. I don't support LGBTQ is because that's not something I'm a part of. Y'all have to realize and understand the difference between being homophobic and not supporting something. So I done seen so many people on TikTok saying, oh, he's homophobic, he doesn't support LGBTQ. How does that make sense? I clearly don't have a problem with gay people. But just because somebody doesn't want to support what you are or what you do doesn't make them homophobic.
I have scoured the internet far and wide and have watched a bazillion videos on Fuzz and read all the Reddits about Fuzz, and I thought I was losing my mind. Granted, I'm already nuts, but I was watching them often going, what is the problem? I don't get it. Why are people so upset? I even had to go and triple watch iNabber's video on this because I was like, did I miss something? But nope, doesn't appear that I did, and it appears I have a similar take to iNabber, although I do lean more to the right than he does. I understand that it can be scary as a parent to think about gender and sexual orientation and how you're going to properly teach that to your child, and I do strongly believe that it is up to the parents, especially as a parent myself, to teach these topics and ensure their children don't become little bigots full of hate. That being said, again, what is the problem here? It appears the only thing that Fuzz has done wrong is be themselves and promote others, well, be themselves and be happy in the skin they are in, no matter what that looks like. I get that when you first hear students and campers are watching their videos, it can be easy to get caught up in the world of hate. I too wondered if that would be an issue, but I legit watched every single Fuzz video. You're welcome for the views, dude. And I cannot see something wrong. I'm a mother and I have a 9-year-old daughter. She would not be watching these TikToks as they do appeal to an older audience. However, I also remember growing up as a bisexual child like I spoke about at the beginning. Yes, I knew that by the age of 9 years old that I was not straight and would not fall in love with only boys. I think if I had someone such as Fuzz to go and tune into as I grew up, I might not have been so confused. So there is a plus side to having someone like Fuzz on the platform speaking to the youth about gender dysphoria and queerness and the likes. The LGBTQ community is still oppressed, whether you want to believe that or not, and everyone should be allowed to advocate. I even think MGTOW should be allowed to exist, okay? It works all ways. At the same time, I understand the concern. I do understand why people are wondering if this is okay, and I don't want to just erase those concerns. However, the issue you have is not with Fuzz. No, no, no. The issue you have is with society. We need to come up with better and more age-appropriate ways to talk to kids and teens about these issues. I think we should be finding ways that can make everyone happy. Let's just erase the alt-right's ability to complain about this not being done properly, and then what? Well, we won't all come together and sing Kumbaya, but it's a great start. We do need to focus on age appropriateness. We also need to watch what our kids are doing on social media. If you're a parent and you're scared your child will come across someone like Fuzz, you're to blame. Watch your kids better on the interwebs. We cannot censor people because you don't want to be a parent or be attentive to what your child's watching. Do better. There, I said it. This won't make me popular, but it's the truth. The truth hurts, and because of that, let's use the truth to end off this video.
One of the biggest misconceptions that y'all haters have is that you actually believe that we are trying to make kids trans or gay. When in reality, that we are just trying to protect the kids that are trans and or gay.
Nobody wants to make anybody somebody they're not. Like literally no one does not.
We want these kids to be safe and to live their lives as who they are. We want them to be successful and to make it to adulthood. And we want them to have better lives than we ever had. We want better for them. They deserve better. And they deserve love. So stop believing we're trying to brainwash all the children of the world. We are just looking out for our people. We love and support one another in the community. It's kind of what we do here.
Maybe y'all should try loving one another sometime. It's pretty nice.
Mason! It is over. We won. For now.
I believe the reason why Fuzz was so hated was they are annoying. Yes, I get it. They are cringe as fuck. However, that's not a crime. They are also trans. That's also not a crime. When one is cringe and trans, it becomes easy to be a target of hate. That's what happened here. Once enough people were talking about how cringy Fuzz was, it was easy for others to jump on the bandwagon, and eventually, we have the gay agenda alt-right morons coming and showing us all just how bigoted they can be. Things got carried away, and eventually, Fuzz had their real life affected. I too have had my real life affected due to online stupid drama, and I will never support that. If you were the hater who Fuzz had to call the police on, shame on you. When Fuzz logged off the app, people were celebrating as if they won something. Again, what did you all win? A one-way ticket to hell for the price of your dignity? Congrats! You deserve it! No, I really mean that. You deserve it. The year 2021 was the most deadliest year on record for trans people. The most trans people were murdered than any other previous year. The year 2022 wasn't much better. Trans people are also twice as likely to attempt suicide than any other LGBTQ person. Our world does not need more hate towards trans people or those who identify as part of the LGBTQ community. It disgusts me that people jumped on a bandwagon to cancel a trans creator just because they were cringe. We have all been cringe. Do we all deserve to be called predators and kicked off the platform? Yeah, that means you too, sis. I guess I'll have to leave that up to you. Decide what kind of person you want to be if you are a reactor on the platform. Do you want to be someone who jumps on hate trains without knowing what direction it's going or who the conductor of the train is? Or do you want to be someone who makes their own decisions based on their own research and the evidence provided and speaks out about hate? Again, I'll have to leave that up to you to decide. As for me, I do not hate Fuzz. I think Fuzz is annoying and cringy, sure, but they really are just on the platform sharing their experiences, being a female to male trans person and a part of the LGBTQ community. Sharing their experiences could help people. I'm all about doing things to end stigmas and help people. I would like to believe that people who are trans came across these videos and felt acceptance into a community that offered them a safe space to be themselves. I would like to believe that we can all be accepting of people's gender identities and sexual orientations without calling each other predators or jumping on hate trains. But chugga chugga choo choo, motherfuckers. It's a nice fantasy, but that's all it is. Our world sucks. Maybe we should just burn down the whole thing and start anew. Or maybe we can all take a step back and realize that it is never okay to make someone fear for their well-being due to some internet drama. Again, I'll have to leave that up to you to decide.
Yeah, I'm ready. Morning, I had a really bad incident with a hater and had to get the police involved. Currently, I'm being advised by the police to take a step back from TikTok.
Yes! Woo! As of right now, it appears Fuzz returned to the platform after initially logging off, but only for a short time. They do not upload any more videos to TikTok. Their YouTube channel sits at just over 700 subscribers, and they have not uploaded in 2 years. I would say that I wished they would return to the platform, but if it became unsafe for them to be here and be who they are, then it's best if they stay logged off. I just hope that going forward they are able to live a happy life and not have to worry about so much online hate. We all deserve to be accepted to a community, to feel safe at home and on the web, and to be who we are without judgment, no matter how cringe we may be. One day people will look back on how they treated Fuzz and feel awful. Until then, I'll be here, still leading right with my politics and still supporting the LGBTQ community. Hope to see you around. Take care of yourself and each other, as Jerry used to say, and have a wonderful day, knowing that you can be yourself without constant judgment and a magnifying glass. And Fuzz, take care of yourself and good luck in future. I mean that. Don't ever let the hate get to you or change who you are, even if you're cringy. Hey!
Attention, white people. Everything you don't like about Mole, everything you dislike about him, that you find weird about him, everything that you speculate about him, little do y'all know, the level of uncomfortableness y'all feel towards him, y'all don't realize that's how most of us POCs see y'all. Like, everything you dislike about him, that's how us POCs perceive y'all half the time. Doesn't matter if you're LGBT+, neurodivergent, or just quirky. You know, that's how we perceive y'all most of the time. Y'all are so uncomfortable with that human. But, like, that's how I see y'all half the time. And I just let it go because I'm just like, that's just white people being white people. I'm not going to question it. Meanwhile, y'all see Mole and lose your minds. As far as I'm concerned, everything you see in Mole is the same thing y'all see in yourselves. And you realize how awkward it looks. And it's making you really uncomfortable and making you realize a couple things about yourselves. And I just find it so entertaining.
They call me a god. 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 Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing.
I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a